And on a beautiful Tuesday night, Estadio, Chelato, Ucles, you got two teams here tonight. Concacaf Nations League action. League A Group B this evening will feature Honduras and Jamaica. Good evening to all, wherever you may be. I'm David Gascon. Thanks for joining us tonight. As we take a look at League A Group B standings right now, Nicaragua is the top dog right now with 4 points, followed by Honduras, Cuba, Jamaica. Each of them racking off points so far, but these two teams here tonight a little bit different of a complex. Jamaica and Cuba played to a scoreless draw in their first encounter on match day 1. Not a lot of opportunities between the two sides, and the reason being just most of the action was created in the middle of the park. On the flip side of things, when you look at Honduras, they actually torched Trinidad and Tobago. 4-0 was the final outcome in that contest. Honduras led at the end of the first half 2-0. They topped down a couple more goals in the second half for good measure. But all in all, it's a comfortable night for Honduras, and tonight they're going to try to do that in front of their home crowd as well. Alexander Lopez, Kervin Arriaga, Edwin Rodriguez, David Ruiz, Ochoa, all scored goals in that contest. It was a one-sided tilt throughout the affair. Not really much Trinidad and Tobago could have done in that contest, so they obviously stepped aside, and Honduras captured 3 points. It was an impressive performance from start to finish for Honduras, playing the full 90 like you'd want a head coach for his team to do. First 15 minutes, perfect. Second 30 minutes, flawless. You look at the second half, they didn't take their foot off the gas pedal either, which is always important when you go into settings like this in a tournament mode. You're worried about what you're doing in group play, and then once you get to the knockout stages, can you keep that same urgency and tenacity to pick up points in advance? And with that, Honduras, they demolished the opposition a week ago. Trinidad and Tobago only able to muster 3 shots in that contest, while Honduras ripped off 16. But tonight is a completely different beast against Jamaica. They're going to try to slow things down, play a lot more methodical. And for Jamaica, they're searching for their first win after earning a point last week against Cuba. Both teams on the pitch as they come to center stage, also with their officiating crew. So we're going to step aside for a brief moment. When we do come back after the national anthems, we'll get to the starting laps and the first touch. It's Honduras and Jamaica coming up next. And so here we go, Honduras and Jamaica, match number 2, League A, Group B, Concacaf Nations League action on a Tuesday night. For Honduras and Jamaica, not much is separating these two nations all time. When you're talking about the head-to-head affairs, Honduras, 12 victories, Jamaica, 11. For Honduras, on one side of the pitch, Luis Lopez in between the sticks this evening. Maldonado's on the back line along with Christopher Melendez. Up front, Luis Palma will do some damage. Lozano, the captain, this fine evening. Victor Caceres, our lead official tonight. Castillo, Morin, and Hernandez, the 4th official, running up and down this pitch tonight. As the customary procedure with these clubs, greeting the official and the officiating crew. The coin toss, a picture, so an Instagram, Facebook moment, maybe even TikTok. Got to get it all over the social media, of course. And on the flip side of things, we take a peek at Jamaica. Jamaica getting their first point last week in a scoreless draw with Cuba. They fared well in that contest. They were in a little bit of trouble in certain spurts, but that was it. Casey Palmer was probably the one playmaker out there for Jamaica who was on the ball a lot, along with Antonio. Campbell going to be up front as well with Damari Gray. But you have a handful of players in Reed, Antonio, Gray, and Campbell that can all do damage for Jamaica if they find a way there. These two teams, we mentioned the victories, 12 for Honduras, 11 for Jamaica. That includes a handful of draws. So all in all, 29 meetings, including tonight. Should be fun, right? Polar opposites when it comes to styles, tactical alignment. And what it all means, we'll find out. Some of the more recent matches between the two clubs. You look a couple years ago, Jamaica got the better of Honduras in 2022, a 2-1 outcome. Jamaica defeated Honduras in a World Cup qualifier back in 2021, and then in 2019, a Gold Cup matchup. Jamaica won again. They beat Honduras by a 3-2 outcome. But that was then. This is now. 2024 is here. Different clubs, different styles. And of course, different attitudes. The smiles, the Yanks, the intensity, it's all here. Jamaica and Honduras. Honduras playing in front of their hometown faithful tonight. The Estadio Chelato Ucles is rocking. It's a school night, but don't tell anybody. This contest is underway. Jamaica moving from left to right on your screen. Honduras, the light kits, will be moving on the attack from right to left. Much like what we saw yesterday in a different kind of contest in League A. Costa Rica was in an interesting contest with Guatemala. How interesting? Well, it was a dogfight. A match that ended in a scoreless draw. There was intensity all across the pitch for a full 90. Fans were engaged. They were well lubricated, we'd say. Got here a couple hours earlier to the yard, just like they are today. And they support both clubs yesterday. It'll be the same exact thing here tonight. We don't expect anything different. Bomb on a cheap touch foul. I think one of the important elements in tonight's contest, if you are Honduras, playing in front of the hometown faithful, keep your emotions in check and don't try to do too much. As a professional athlete, you're usually just locked in, zeroed in on what you need to do and your objective, but when you get placed in different elements, that includes weather, of course, but when you're playing in front of a raucous crowd supporting you, sometimes you might play a little bit like a showman as opposed to a professional per se. And clubs that tend to go on the road have that sort of, it's the world against us mentality and that allows them to stay grounded throughout, but especially early on. That's the important factor in all of it. Not to say that's going to happen here tonight, but we'll let this thing unfold. Some early contact from both these sides. It's the physicality, Stephen McLaren. Take a quick peek at him. Have to be enthused with the outcome last week against Jamaica. Not that we forecast that kind of an outcome, but Jamaica, even though they didn't get on the board, neither did Cuba. In fact, they really limited Cuba's opportunities last week, a mere 2 shots. Jamaica outshot them 8-2. It was a wide margin. Possession category was favoring Jamaica throughout that affair, 73% to 27. Numbers tell you one thing, it's the execution that's another tale. First set piece of the night going towards Jamaica, and we'll see what kind of offering they provide. Let's see, the middle of the pitch, Palmer. Didn't get that service from Gray. Do feel like these teams are going to be evenly matched in terms of athleticism. Styles, yeah, they can vary. I think they'll morph this thing into a compelling finish, one way or another. Handled, managed for a moment. Arriaga missed it on it. Circulating around, Flores. They worked this around on Arisak. Rosales. Rosales thought about putting this thing on target. Blake with an easy grab. It was bending away. I don't blame Rosales for taking that attempt. In fact, if he was going near bar, he would have had a quality look on target. Match is just a few minutes old. Barely gotten their feet wet. I think one of the elements of tonight's contest for Jamaica, not to become too flustered given the fact that they weren't able to capture more than 1 point last week against Cuba in a scoreless draw. You get outside of your swimming lanes, that could provide some discomfort for your back line, in particular the goalkeeper in Blake. Press forward. Flores lobbied around. Gray returned. Gray trying to maintain possession. Could not. He was depossessed. You could feel the angst inside the building, but the intensity as well from the fans. Anytime something goes right for Honduras, the fans are celebrating. That gives you any kind of indication of what we're going to be in for a full 90. Everyone for Jamaica and the officiating crew's probably in a little world of hurt. At least from an eardrum perspective, that's a careless turnover. It goes back to Jamaica. And the acknowledgement from Maldonado. Shuffled around, miss it on that attempt by Reed. Reed, one of the focal points of the attack for Jamaica, having some success in Nations League action, scoring a handful of goals. But a different element here. Dangerous feed by Blake. Got to get out of harm's way quickly, but again, Going to err on the side of caution, especially with Honduras being rather assertive, and you're going to have a cheap foul there by Bell. All right, Bell getting tangled up a little bit. Arriaga dropping like someone pulled the rug from out underneath him. Was not the case, you could promise you that, but a little embellishment goes a long way. Lopez to a delicate spot. Pressing forward is Honduras. They don't have numbers just yet. One outside in the far end is Palma. That entry not too bad. The creativity was there for Honduras. The shot on the redirect goes wide. Melendez, who was there, but also in the backdrop, far end Palma. A couple guys for Honduras to approach this. Got to imagine that's what we'll see tonight from the home side. Angles and crosses. Not necessarily down the gut. Jamaica will try to approach that way. Physicality has continued as Palmer getting a hand up. Honduras trying to go back-to-back with victories. 4-0 over Trinidad and Tobago. Much different opponent here tonight. We'll see if any of the playmakers that got involved last week have an impact here tonight. These two teams have had many of rendezvous. Different settings such as this in the Nations League. World Cup qualifiers, some of the regional tournaments, Concacaf Gold Cup in particular. Honduras trying to press things into the attacking third. Sings a brief souvenir. Honduras working quickly on this. Fed over easily. Ruiz Ochoa. Open space. Takes a shot. Blocked on the way through. It'll be a quick contact foul. Ruiz Ochoa had plenty of time to let a shot rip. The problem for him was instead of taking this shot, he cocked his legs so far back, the entire defense for Jamaica converged on him. You have time, but not that much time. We're only in September. We don't want to get to October anytime soon. Tricky handle on it. Campbell try to do something with it. I'll tell you what, Rosales didn't give up on the play. Part of that's energy early on. Great recovery by Rosales. Blake. Club team, the Philadelphia Union. MLS. Veteran, but of course, the captain of this squad, Jamaica. Flung forward, back post and around, and Campbell, unless he has a ladder and a rocket, no chance getting to that ball. About this, unwinding Ruiz Ochoa goes tumbling down. Plenty of contact. Panak, and also on the retrieval, Lozano. He was called for the foul, but Panak, as you see the expression, saying he got shoved. That was exactly the case. It was the high gear for Ruiz Ochoa, but splitting the defense, a little too ambitious. Blake 10-15 feet out of his 18-yard box to the far side again. Some of these lofty passes, but no real estate for Gray to even maneuver, let alone get possession. Campbell on the dead sprint, but our near side official had the flag up. It was exactly the case. Coming into this contest, there wasn't a sizable advantage either way. Honduras a slight favorite, but Jamaica wasn't a massive underdog either. In fact, many of the odds makers felt that this contest wouldn't end up in a draw. Blake again, and to get this thing out of harm's way quickly. Tumbling down, and Jamaica asking, felt like everybody is asking for some kind of foul. Antonio, who went down, not under his own accord either. Into the 16th minute. No real chance for either side yet. Cuba, Nicaragua played to a 1-1 draw earlier today, so that was a lift for Cuba, rebounding after that scoreless draw last week with Jamaica. Contested. Blake has to come out immediately. Can't be too careful in this kind of an environment. Another turnover. Honduras, see if they snap back quickly, and they do. Palmer. He's opposite side of the pitch. Great recovery, though, by Jamaica. They tried to press back the other way, and Palmer came out like he was shot out of a cannon, and now he just got dropped. But the defensive recovery by him was phenomenal. No malice in that play. Fighting for some spirit, dropping down to his knees as Reed. Trinidad and Tobago, French Guiana, played to a scoreless draw earlier today. Players colliding again. That includes Palma. Luis Ochoa potentially embellishing a bit. Campbell depossessed. Palma circling back. Job well done, though, by Honduras. Everything defensively has been a struggle for Jamaica to crack on that back line. Speaking of cracking, how about this with some spirit? No numbers, and now we have some. A drive, easy stop for Blake to manage. No rebound. Even with Maldonado bearing down on him. Not going to beat Blake from that far out. I don't care who you are. Unless, of course, you're a man that goes by the name of Messi. Nations after today take a little bit of a break in League A, Group A, and Group B. Again, quickly off of his line and moving out was Lopez. In no man's land, he was fortunate enough to get that thing out of harm's way, and now a cheap foul going to be delivered to Campbell. I think in that instance, Campbell going to be called even if he breathes on the defender of Honduras. Honduras slowing their pace up compared to Jamaica right now. Played through into the box. Nice job, though, with the left foot from Pinnock. That's the result of the corner kick for Honduras. See Edwin Rodriguez riling up the hometown faithful. Not a bad look either. Great ambition, and it took a heroic play from Pinnock to eliminate an attempt on target. Honduras picking up the pace here. Here's Ochoa, back post, the header sprung up though. Arriaga lobbied around, contact against Blake on his line. That'll be a foul. See the sequence of Arriaga and then a little bit of gamesmanship. Lozano parking his bus right in the grill for Blake. This match almost feels like a heart rate that continues to ascend up. Beats per minute going from 80 to 90 to 110. You do feel like you'll hit 140, 150 in a matter of moments. Part of that's the emotion of the crowd. But the other compelling event is the productivity from both these sides. They're moving with pace, and they have some ideas they'd like to expose the defense to. Luis Ochoa, long run, though, that's never going to materialize in that feed. Palmer. Blake. See the careless activity could result in any kind of infraction, as you see Arriaga is beside himself. Victor Caceres, the lead official. Too liberal with his calls right now. We'll see how this match unfolds. 23rd minute. Hope you're enjoying this one. Could be a careless turnover here. Palmer flipped the script to the left-hand side. A drive! Just misses the far bar. Lopez full extension. Gray and company flirting with a bid on the opposite end of the pitch. Gray, Palmer, Antonio all trying to bear down to the attacking third for Jamaica. Check out this sequence. Gray was on the right-hand side, and you see in one moment that shot pulled by Antonio. He had a couple looks in the right end and elected not to pull it on over. The chances just are so far and few outside the 18-yard box that if you're inclined like Antonio was there, have to let it rip. Pressing forward, Honduras. Another ball into the box. Lozano was the intended recipient, but broken up again. It goes lively to Andre Blake. Palmer has played well on the defensive side for Jamaica, but he's been up and down the pitch. We see him right now in the middle of the park. He's directing some traffic, but he's breathing heavy for Jamaica. Campbell. See what kind of sketch he does, Norman. Peeled it back off, left-hand side, Antonio. Antonio drops it left wing. Wanted to get it back and could not. Now he has it, Antonio. Just a little bit too late on that delivery for Jamaica, and Antonio showing some frustration on his body language, and contact there results in a foul. Long ball out wide. Far side official though. Flag has been elevated. See Palma about a mile offside and then tries to swing back. No such luck. Some volleying in the middle of the park. Pretty much what we expected to see in moments, given the fact that both these teams are playing with a high sense of urgency. Palmer nearly lost it. Wide again, given up on the right wing. The shot attempt by Reed blocked, and it's cleared by Honduras. contact here, but Campbell at the top of the box. A little tardy on that feed for Antonio. That one, no such luck. Lay got in front of it there. Antonio has had moments where he's been in the prime spot to shoot. And either someone for Honduras gets in his way, or a pass intended for him. A little too soft and slow. Reese Ochoa chips it over to Lozano. Lozano trying to spring loose at the right leg to no avail, and then contact there and a harmless foul. Low goes down, but he took a shot to the midsection. See if there's a little cramping here. Maybe an excess injury. And now our lead official, Victor Caceres, was bringing on the medical crew, and because of that, Lowe, who went down, was being asked to depart. He's not going to. Popped up for Campbell. Nearly a low bridging moment. Pretty good pace by Flores, but slight disconnect. Back to the operation. Lopez, who hasn't been called upon yet to be active. In fact, neither keeper has. Match has the sense that it's going to be a toss-up from beginning to end here in the 30th minute. No separation from the combatants either. Shot totals nearly even, 4-3 in favor of Honduras. Possession favoring Jamaica, 55% to 45, but that doesn't mean a whole lot. Long ball again, but offside. No score yet in the 31st minute. Live here from the Estadio Chelato, Ucles, Honduras and Jamaica. Match day number 2 for these two clubs. Vying for more points. Jamaica would love to capture 3. They have 1. Honduras is sitting on 3. Fans doing the wave here. Not that they need any more reason to celebrate and get up on their feet. Of course, a goal wouldn't hurt. stadium itself at capacity holds about 35,000 fans. It's a building that opened up all the way back in the late 1940s, 1948. Building itself with bleachers and some added seats expanded in '78. Decent sized foul there by Rosales. Pitch conditions are beautiful tonight. No real thoughts of rain or anything of that nature. In fact, temperatures right now about 73 degrees. Humidity, of course, is right up there at 83%. Rained a bit earlier in the day. Forecast for tonight, somewhat mild for rain. But Mother Nature, unpredictable. Been more fouls in this contest than shots. Still 4-3 in favor of Honduras. But the takeaway here, Antonio on the right hand side. Too much run in that ball. Limited him. A little stutter. Quick pace. Depossessing. Great effort from him. Vega. He gets thrown to canvas. Pretty good elevation, and see Palma trying to talk to the fourth official. End of this first half, we'll have some stats. We'll have some highlights. Grab a drink of water, maybe a towel, cool everybody off. Because if the second half is like the first, it should be a barn burner. For Honduras, just a completely different look compared to what they had dealt with a week ago with Trinidad and Tobago. Having 16 shots last week and now limited to 4 in the opening half. Taken away, pressing forward, but just a bad ball. Campbell and company with an expression. Looking up, not going to get anything back in return from the heavens. Top of the box, Palma goes down. Generous shove. Victor Caceres tells fellas, play on, please. Take a look at this, and Campbell didn't do a whole lot there. Palma playing into that contact. He sensed it, he felt it, and that's why he went down rather quickly in the 37th minute. Decent throwing. Comes right back though. The delivery from Panac. High arcing. Lopez with two hands brushes it aside. Blake calmly nudging this forward for Campbell. And Campbell gave it up. Not that the drive has dissipated, but certainly the energy has certainly quieted. Interesting development here. Palma grabs the corner. Palma looking up top of the box. Palma's attempt was tailor-made for a decent drive in for Rodriguez. Ball went completely airborne. No chance landing anytime soon. Palma, though, escaping the back line of Jamaica. You understand, though, the ball didn't have a proper setting, and for Rodriguez, not a lot of time. As we get closer, we'll keep an eye on our fourth official. Imagine we get a minute max on stoppage time. And for good reason. Bell will push this one out, throwing for Honduras. Top of the box, left side, floating around Lozano. Rosales, open real estate, should have let it go. Could not, try to spear that through. Lowe was the one that intercepted it. It was a giant parting for Rosales, and he didn't feel obliged to take an extra step or two and let it rip. Incredibly missed opportunity for Rosales in Honduras. '41st minute. Not a lot of the numbers here. Honduras 5 shots so far. Jamaica 3. Palma lets a shot float in. Easy to manage for Blake. Gotta understand to see if a one hopper will give him trouble. Not tonight. Not many nights, but especially not tonight. Unless that thing was bouncing on concrete or hitting a divot, it's not going to beat Blake from that far out. Bear hugging Lozano. Lowe got away with it, though. Lozano presses forward and back. Here's Ochoa pushed over into the right-hand side. Placement again looking for him. A little late on that pass. Antibo Derriere was the one that cleared it. Throw in here for the home side. hear the crowd just quieting down. It's almost like someone turned the volume down on the television. Fans looking for something to happen. Honduras slowly trying to work their way into the attacking zone in the promising sequence. Pushed around. Melendez will win it back, though. Look for the fourth official now. Luis Ochoa. Hesitation and for Honduras. Arriaga. Arriaga, give and go. No, Palma. Palma wanted to get it back. He was cut off. Lozano runs out of real estate. Stays on the end line. Somewhat at bay. Low. Almost misjudged there. Pressure and the heat stay on for Honduras. Excellent aggression. Not overly extended and not pressing in any nature. Conversely, though, Jamaica looks right at home defending. Palma. Quick tap. Some contact going now as Arriaga. Got a minute from our fourth official. Fernando Hernandez displaying that 1 minute. Twisting and turning was. Take a look and see Luis Ochoa was experiencing. Not sure what Palmer was discussing there with our lead official, but didn't really have a reason to bark back. Final set piece of this opening half. We're going to have goal or clearance. We'll find out. Palma. Backdoor chip. Volleyed. No bicycle kick there. That's how this half is going to end. Victor Caceres blows the halftime whistle, and we have reached the end of 45 minutes of play. Honduras and Jamaica both standing up at the end of the opening half. Tick for tat and no score. 45 minutes in the books. That's some first half highlights and some stats right around the corner. We'll be back. Second half with Jamaica and Honduras about to get underway, but before that, Deshaun Bernard will check into the affair. Lowe will depart. 6 in, 17 out. It's the one change for Jamaica. Will not have one yet for Honduras. We sense one will be on the way. I think overall, Lowe didn't do a whole lot. That would mean anything wrong for his performance. The second half begins with Honduras moving from left to right in possession. Jamaica and the dark kits will be moving from right to left. Nothing will be decided after today's affair, but it's a question of breathing room, at least for Honduras. It's the one element that they have right now. Take a look at League A. A little bit different with Group A. Costa Rica and Guatemala each having 4 points. Suriname and Guadeloupe 3 apiece. Guyana and Martinique got on the board. They each have 1, but in this side of the ledger, Group B, Nicaragua with 4 points, and Honduras just trying to keep pace with them. Honduras with 3, Cuba with 2. And Jamaica has just the 1. But a lot can change in a couple matches, especially in this short tournament format. So after tonight, clubs will rest for a bit, and then they resume activities in the beginning of October. A lot can obviously change between now and then. The bookmakers that were making predictions on this contest didn't think there'd be many goals in this affair. Oddly enough, they only thought 1 would be scored. That 1, they're favoring Honduras, but by a slight margin. Favoring for Honduras here. Movement around. Rodriguez slowly rolling it through. Intercept though. Here comes Casey Palmer. Palmer gliding it up to Gray, and now Campbell on the opposite wing. Nice play through. It's going to result in an own goal. Oh, disastrous for Honduras. Jamaica will take it in the 49th minute. The road team leads 1-0. Oh, disgust from Honduras. And the home crowd is also in despair. But Campbell, to his credit, playing a ball across and through the 18-yard box. Those are the breaks you make. Check it out. Obviously, the intent from Campbell was to get it all the way through, but Maldonado putting it into his own net. For Maldonado, you see it as soon as it went off of his left foot. It was asking for someone to just leave him there. An unfortunate setting for Maldonado. There is no escape in that kind of a situation. Jamaica on an own goal for Maldonado, leading 1-0. Huge. So Maldonado, who gave one up, see if Honduras can pick him up into the box. Delicate movement, open net, they score! Oh, just seconds after that, we get retaliation. Ruiz Ochoa, Honduras level now, 1-1. So if you weren't having fun yet, things have certainly opened up into a party. Lozano, to his credit, was patient with this move. He could have taken the shot from that close. Ruiz Ochoa on the right-hand side, leaking away. Quick toe tap. Kiss off the bar and in. Deadlocked at 1. So we saw nothing for 48.5 minutes, and then all of a sudden, in a matter of seconds, we had back-to-back goals. So Maldonado on the own goal, and then Luis Ochoa just seconds after that, the equalizer. We thought we were going to get some firepower tonight, but what a flurry it was for both sides. Bending away the header, good elevation from Panak. Unfortunate for him, just a miscue on the direction. Nice drive. Nice management by Lopez on it. Antonio, Palmer, and Bobby Reed. A better presence up front for Jamaica in the second half. Decent look for Lozano. He gets that ball, he's off to the races. So we get a goal from Maldonado, an own goal, which was unfortunate because the crossing attempt from Campbell that set it all up. From the 49th minute to the 50th minute. It was a matter of seconds, but you get the equalizer. And it was quick from Ruiz Ochoa. Honduras, once down 1-0, quickly responded. Ruiz Ochoa looking for a brace, gave it up, went back on a run, top of the box, a little bit slow on the feed. Montebo Derriere got taken out. Arriaga doing a little bit of chirping over him too. I'm a bit surprised Victor Caceres, the lead official, let these guys jot each other point blank. Palma, Montebo Derriere. I don't know if we've reached our peak yet, but it's getting pretty darn close. This is where it all began. Arriaga. Arriaga chirping as much as he humanly could. Again through. Palma had it for a moment, just rolled off his foot to Gray, but he gets it back. Palma, nice chirp, he takes a shot. Oh, just misses wide. Blake looking on. I think he was anticipating that shot from Palma to go to the left. Tried working short side. Fortunate enough, stays out for him. Palma with a nice move and took one plant. Earmarking that top left corner. He barely missed the mark. So the physicality that was given on one side. Oh, an immediate yellow card. I'm a bit surprised as Antonio will get it here. Say this in defense for Antonio. We could have seen yellow a lot earlier than this, and I don't think that warrants it. Yeah, I don't think that warrants a yellow card at all. Victor Caceres might be thinking Arriaga was taken out for retaliation, but in our opinion, thought it was pretty clean from Antonio. Those goals occurring in the 49th and 50th minute, but realistically they were just seconds apart. Turning the corner, but missing the step though on Ruiz Ochoa. On this cross, over and away. Its way through. And Jamaica, I think, for the second half, although it's not that old, been playing more on the back line than anything, twisting and turning, results in a common foul for Campbell. Arriaga looking on. Palma trying to collect his wits. There are moments in time where the crowd becomes an influence for an official. And I think in that instance, it was exactly the case. I mean, Palma, granted, experienced a little bit of contact from Campbell, but he went airborne himself and helicoptered his entire body. I don't know how strong Campbell is. Can't imagine he's going to move a 170-pounder that fast in a horizontal fashion with one arm. But stranger things have happened. Blake talking to his defense, that wall. Palma sets the tone but misses the net. Blake gonna have to wake up after that. Kind of interesting, just peeling back from Pinnock's look. Honduras playing a lot more on the front foot than Jamaica is here in the second half. Simple touch. Bell going to be rewarded though. Forging forward in the attacking third. This will be a throw-in instead. I don't know if Melendez took his eye off the ball or not. Did have an interesting spin to it. What kind of moisture do we have on the ball? I guess that's a question. Pinnock with the long throw-in. Goes right back where it came from. To the box, removed away. Palmer. He doesn't go directly to that ball. Melendez and company are on the counter with a full head of steam, and they have odds of certainly scoring and making it 2-1. Everybody was pressed up for Jamaica. Back to Blake. Bad turnover here. Oh, Blake able to recover in time. Oh my. Lozano not expecting that ball to come to him. Jamaica not playing with the proper poise, and they're fortunate not to be down a goal. Another substitution here. Dixon coming in for Campbell. Campbell played an excellent match. Probably deserved a better outcome too than being removed in the 65th minute. Don't know if it was because of gas in the tank or just strategy, but thought he fared well. Really clean to Antonio, broken up. Antonio playing on the yellow card. Only booking of the night is to him. Quickly. Reed trying to hurry this thing up. Airborne played out though. Settled for a moment. Here's Gray. Palmer. Palmer had a lane. Honduras trying to push forward again. Well, they had some good pace in the second half. Does it continue to grow? Rodriguez out wide looking for numbers. The cross. Blake there. Lozano and company were bearing down the middle of the pitch on the left-hand side. See the numbers for Honduras. Not more than Jamaica, but at least they were working from different angles. Change the line of sight makes things challenging for the keeper. See the score being 1-1. Shots now 10-4 in favor of Honduras, but the end result is only the goal category. An own goal by Maldonado. Ruiz Ochoa got the equalizer. Lozano double teamed. Shende one defender trying to get around Panac. Crafty play by Panac. Possession, as this match would feel like, is in favor of Honduras. 56% now to 44%. They have taken control of this match. Spin move by Antonio. Needs some help though. Gets his arm up. Has to be careful. He's already playing on a yellow. Maldonado in agony. Or at least that's what he'd lead you to believe. 70th minute. We've had some compelling moments in this contest, more so in half number 2. And specifically in a 49th and 50th minute than we did in all the first half. Careless mistake here. Lozano out wide. Blake comes out. Monster stop. The rebound. Can he recover? That shot was blocked too. Oh my, Honduras beating on that door and it won't open. Gray gets taken out. See if this is a booking. Melendez sees it. Has to be yellow in that spot. 71st minute. Gray had a step. Go back to this moment with the turnover. Pinnock, an alarming turnover. The first stop, Ruiz Ochoa got robbed. Second one blocked. Monty Baudelaire was the one that got in front of the delivery. But yeah, Palma right there asking for a service to come his way and eating that up. Monty Baudelaire still 1-1. Melendez the booking in the 71st minute. First yellow of the night for Honduras. Not that the first half was bad, it's just second half is taking it up a notch. An enjoyable contest here. Reed into the box, it goes on target. Luis Lopez moves a whisker to his left and gobbles it up. Good ball from Reed. And the header pretty much on the mark. Good elevation from Pinnock just to get to that lane. A lot of credit to Reed. Stuck on one. Pressing forward. Rodriguez, top of the box, took a funky hop, stayed in for a minute, and now this is going to result in a corner kick. Took an awkward carom, finally off of Bell's left foot. Works shortly. Cross, here's a moment. Ruiz Ochoa's shot. Plenty of bend to it. Accuracy just not on par. Ruiz Ochoa did a great job of stepping back, becoming more of a trailer in that sequence for the corner. Blake had to be careful getting a yellow card there. Took a decent amount of time to get that ball away on the goal kick. Bell, quick touch, a volley. Antonio, oh, if he just turns around, pushes this forward out to the right-hand side. Dixon was there. Antonio, see if he can get to it. Antonio, oh, it gets taken out by Lopez. Let's see what we have here. Oh, my. take a look at this again. Antonio clearly gets taken out by Lopez. Lopez, yeah, it's a 50-50 ball, but Antonio has every right to it. Our lead official does in fact point to the spot, so here we go. It wasn't immediate and not distinctive right away, but Caceres talking to Lopez and giving him the business. So Antonio will take this penalty, and what an opportune time for Jamaica to grab their second lead of this contest. They led 1-0 in the 49th minute before Honduras equalized seconds later. Antonio against Lopez. Pulls the trigger, he sneaks it through. Jamaica silences the crowd in the 76th minute, and they lead again 2-1. Wow, this place turned into a library. Antonio cool and composed. A crack in the neck a little bit, and then busts it through against Lopez. Change coming up for Jamaica. Anderson in for Palmer. Palmer was good on the ball tonight, just didn't have a lot of action with it. So Antonio, the man who plays for West Ham United FC. One of those bruising guys up front as a forward, playing on a yellow tonight. The go-ahead goal. Jamaica 2-1 in the 78th minute. And oddly enough, with all the physicality we've seen tonight, that could be another hard foul against Antonio. It goes the opposite way. Quite the event broken out here into the second half. First half, we saw 9 combined shots, but not a lot of action on net. Antonio's still down on his knees in that squat position. I don't know if that's cramping or something else bone related. Yeah, Antonio doesn't look right either. See if Stephen McLaren makes a change for Antonio or not. Honduras trying to find another equalizer late in this affair. Pressing forward Jamaica. Antonio, we had an open lane left hand side to Gray. Gray really couldn't do a whole lot. Dixon's pass had no pace to it. Rosales. Cross Rodriguez, oh, the header just missed. It was slow developing left-hand side. They keep the pressure on. Flores, well, we have some contact against Ruiz Ochoa. And a delicate spot for Jamaica's back line here in the 81st minute. No yellow we've seen yet. Thibaut Derriere, the guilty party. You just don't see a whole lot here. No, can't be a yellow card. Shouldn't be a yellow card. And the embellishment, a little too much theater. Lopez, the victim of his own aggression. See that wall being set up with Reed on his side. Might be more inclined to lay up in a push-up position. At least in the push-up position, you can elevate quickly on your side like that. It'll take a lot longer to get up. And now he turns his back to the shooter. It'll be Arriaga. Trying to go over the wall. He does, but can't complete it cleanly as it hits the top of the wall. Results in a corner kick here in the 82nd minute. Bending away. Top of the box. Nice step by Gray. Antonio. Left-hand side was Dixon. He was all alone. Another whistle with a hard challenge. As we see yellow again. Maldonado with a leg sweep. He's provided with that yellow. Pair of changes here for Honduras. See if it occurs right now or at the next stoppage. The one change here for Jamaica, actually a couple more. Nicholson and Lowe entering this one. Nicholson will replace Antonio. Gray, he'll step aside, give way for Lowe. Gray was good on the night. Now the changes for Honduras as well. Almendarez, Martinez. So for Jamaica, as we're in the 85th minute, suspect we'll have probably 3 minutes max of stoppage time. First half moved right along. Second half equally as crisp. Let's see if officiating crew chimes in. Nicholson with a step. Oh, just mistimed this jump. That run got to his foot a lot further and faster than he anticipated. Nice spin move, though, away from some traffic. Almendarez coming out, though, is Blake. Andre Blake, as reliable as one can be between the pipes. Fans not too happy with Blake chewing up some clock, but on the gamesmanship. That ball stayed in bounds. Not sure what the officials are looking at there with Anderson. Huh. 87th minute. Shots right now favoring Honduras. And it's realistic it'll stay that way. 14-6 is the count. Possession 56% to 44 in favor of Honduras. Amount of fouls is pretty loud. 29 in total, 18 for Honduras and 11 for Jamaica. Corners 5-2 in favor of Honduras. Rodriguez here, good ball into the box. Sky high, ping-ponging around. Rochez on the header, but hit a body. Fans thought it hit a hand. No such luck. Too much giddy up on that ball. 88th minute. So what's at stake now? Easy from a point standpoint. You look at this and how it's broken down. Nicaragua with 4 points. Honduras loses tonight. They'll be behind Jamaica and Cuba. It'll be Jamaica and Nicaragua each with 4 points. Then Honduras, Cuba. And that's where we'll stand after a couple weeks of action. Of course, this changes every week with wins and losses and a sprinkle of ties. But again, a draw is better than a loss. And a one-goal loss is certainly better than getting blown out. So you look at Trinidad and Tobago last week, losing 4-0. It's disastrous on one side. Low here. Low trying to make it 3-1. Great stop by Lopez. The rebound will go. Big stop by Lopez. And then Anderson on the rebound shanked the shot. Lopez, the great pivot, elected to go to the bottom as opposed to upstairs. 89th minute, Honduras escapes for the time being. Jamaica would love an insurance marker. But more importantly, putting that ball in the attacking third, at least they get to bleed some clock. Lunging forward, and Blake has his heart set on this. Fans not too impressed. '90th minute. Flores directing some traffic. Arriaga trying to go on a run. Nobody caught him. Palma. Almendarez was just waiting for that ball to finally come down from the clouds. And then getting brushed out was Martinez. 5 minutes of stoppage time. It's our fourth official. Fernando Hernandez has declared. At the conclusion of this contest, we're going to have player interviews. At least one, hopefully two, one from each side. Maybe even a coach interview. We won't be greedy, but we'll try. And then following the interviews on the quick post-game presser, then we'll also get you full-time highlights and some final stats before we bid adieu. Mendez, top of the box. Arriaga, who's been feisty tonight. Push forward to the right. Ball stays on the ground. Good intercept. Nice anticipation. Reed was able to get that thing out of harm's way. Chip with some backspin to it, racing for that ball, but unable to get to it in time was Martinez. End result, though, will at least be a corner kick for Honduras. They're trying to pick up the pace. Outside back post, Blake coming out, alertly has to. It's twice now he's grabbed his groin when he's jumped up. I don't know if he did something in the middle of this match or in pregame. Good spin. Nicholson almost got around Maldonado. Would have been a pure break. To the box again. Good positioning by Jamaica. Pinnock and Bell have been sturdy. Rodriguez, that one was moved away again by Pinnock. Just about 2 minutes to go in this contest. Honduras trying to put more pressure on the opposing team, but Jamaica has been well equipped to handle the flurries. Top of the box, lazy again. Service just not great there. Rodriguez, Arriaga bypassed on the attempt. Results. Palma wanted to get it back. Arriaga jammed on the brakes. Thought he was the recipient. Was not the case. Shots are 15-8 in favor of Honduras. Possession elevated now, 57% for Honduras and 43% for Jamaica. Well, the clock is ticking, isn't it? Jamaica wins, they'll get 4 points. 3 for the victory, 4 in total. The one draw last week. We'll move into a tie with Nicaragua. And then also be deadlocked in goal differential too. For now. It is but early. Pretty decent bear hug from Bell. No yellow card there. How late do we go is the question. Martinez here. For all intents and purposes, this will be the final act. Honduras tired, fatigued. Jamaica weary and wobbly. Rodriguez here in the service. Played through. Open man! Great stop by Blake. He keeps this game afloat for Jamaica. Man of the match there. Second shot goes sailing over the crossbar, and that probably does it, and it does. Oh, Andre Blake on the doorstep. A game-saving save, and Jamaica escapes, and they pull away with a 2-1 victory over Honduras. Disgust for the home side. An elation for the road team. An own goal by Maldonado in the 49th minute opened up the scoring. Ruiz Ochoa, the equalizer in the 50th minute, but Antonio converting the penalty in the 76th minute, and that was the difference maker here on a Tuesday night. Honduras on home ground loses it. Jamaica, conversely on their side, they took it. They captured 3 points here tonight, and they win it by a final score of 2-1.
Kevin, 15, right? 15 there, after 15.
How does this victory feel?
It's very good, to be fair. A game against Cuba, I had a lot of opportunities that we didn't take. Today, again, we scored, managed to get the win. Obviously, we want to finish top of the table. So, all the chances we missed the first half, we're happy to get the win today.
Fair result?
I think they played very well. They controlled the game a lot. But I think we had the better chances.
And Honduras, what do you think?
I think they're a very good team. They play some very good football. They're definitely a team that could go far.
Thank you very much. David, 2 goles en 2 partidos. En esta noche no fue suficiente.
No, lastimosamente no se dieron los resultados. Bueno, eché gol, estoy contento por eso, dedicado a mi madre. Pero sí, bueno, no pudimos lograr la victoria, que bueno, era la más importante, pero bueno, hasta la próxima.
¿Honduras mereció más, crees, durante todo el partido?
Sí, siento que, bueno, ya habíamos controlado el partido, ya la teníamos chances, varios chances, hasta yo tenía un chance, pero bueno, no se dieron las cosas, pero Dios sabe por qué lo hace y bueno, a seguir luchando.
¿Con qué sensaciones te vas de este partido, del equipo, de la dirección técnica?
Bueno, pudimos demostrar que, bueno, cuando nosotros queremos, podemos jugar al fútbol y es algo que, bueno, es muy importante para cada uno de nosotros, nos da, bueno, más motivación para seguir y enseñando que, bueno, podemos jugar al fútbol y, bueno, cada día tratamos de ser un poco más competitivos, bueno, siempre más competitivos y, bueno, ojalá que sigamos en esta ruta, que hagamos un buen rumbo para el Mundial.
Gracias, David.
Full-time highlights of this thing. It was a nail-biter from start to finish. Honduras on one end, Jamaica on the other. They get together for the 29th time all-time. Honduras and Jamaica trying to stake their claim here in League A, Group B. Honduras leading the all-time series 12, 11, and 5. First half highlights in this one. Honduras maybe had the better of the scoring opportunities at different sequences, but not for the entire contest. This header scrambling around from Melendez going wide of the net. It was early in the first half, but it was no score at the end of 45 minutes of play. When we talk about the creativity from Honduras, we also have to acknowledge some of the mistakes because they were loud mistakes. Palmer, after the turnover, Antonio just misses making it 1-0 in the opening half. After that sequence, that was a pretty good indication of what would come in the second half. Some good ball by Honduras, but then those mental lapses that will return into physical mistakes, and Jamaica almost pounced there. So 45 minutes done. We turn things over into the second half, and as we begin the second half, check out this moment. Campbell, the cross, Maldonado, a heartbreaking own goal in the 49th minute. To Maldonado's credit, he was playing as hard as he could defensively, but Campbell put that ball in a spot which would cause problems for anybody that was on the opposing side. So Maldonado's own goal in the 49th minute made it 1-0. But as soon as he put the ball down, immediate counterpunch. Ruiz Ochoa in the 50th minute found the back of the net, and just barely. It was seconds after the own goal, the retaliation from Honduras. The fans were in a little bit of angst, got back on their feet, loud and proud. Honduras on the board with new life. It was 1-1. So Honduras trying to seize the moment, trying to pounce on another chance. The giveaway, the movement, and again, Blake comes up with a couple of monster saves in the second half. The initial one was on Ruiz Ochoa. That would have made it 2-1. The rebound and the recovery that was being made, Latebo Derriere was the one that blocked the second shot from Palma. It was still at a 1-1. But the ability for Andre Blake to come up in big situations to make timely stops is part of the main reasons why this game was 1-1. And eventually for Jamaica, the pursuit here, Antonio reaching towards the end line, gets taken out opposing side by Luis Lopez. Our lead official decided to point to the spot, and for Antonio, after he got taken out, he put one in, beating Lopez down low to the right-hand side. The go-ahead goal late in this affair, giving the road team the advantage and things to be happy about. 2-1 Jamaica. So the fans back in nervous mode. Would Honduras have a counter? No, they would not. Andre Blake was a story. And for Blake, he came up big in the closing stages. Jamaica steals some points, 3 of them in fact, and they win here tonight by a final of 2-1. Final numbers in this thing: shots 18-8 in favor of Honduras. On target 11-5. All the offensive categories going in their favor, except the most important one, the final score. So for Honduras, they dropped this one, and their record now falls to 1-1. Have 3 points. For Jamaica, they improved to 1-0 and have 4 points. And that'll do it here on a Tuesday night, as Jamaica capturing 3 points in League A, Group B, defeating Honduras on the road. 2-1's the final.